So guys, we have a couple more packages to unbox here. This time these products are going to be from Radium. So this is going to be our entire fuel system. So this is all the hardware here. I'll go ahead and unbox this, unpackage everything after we get to what this is right here. So this big beefy boy right here is our fuel hanger. So this wonderful looking product right here is our Radium Fuel Hanger. Now, the reason why I went with the Radium Fuel Hanger is because if you guys can see here, there is an inlet and then there is an out. So the 2JZ is what is called a returnless fuel system. That means whatever fuel is not being used by the engine, it just goes straight back to the fuel tank. Well, the BRZ uses just a regular fuel system where it provides constant fuel pressure, so the engine always gets exactly what it needs. Now we need to convert our parts over to where we can actually run the full 2JZ system. So I actually don't know how any of this really works, to be honest with you. It's my first time really dealing with anything like this, so it's gonna be a learning process for me. I'll be sure to get all the details that I learned, I'll pass it on to you guys. So see here, there's like a fuel level sensors, the brushless point ground right here. There's different pumps you can, because this fuel hanger lets you run up to 2 pumps. So let's see what this actual bag actually contains. Looks like we have some fittings and some filters here. This almost seems like some fittings and some washers in this little bag here. We have the actual grounding and connection port for the actual fuel pump, which we do have as well. I'm going to unbox that right now. Some Radium engineering stickers. These are pretty cool. Some more Radium fittings in their classic green styling. Don't know what to do with these. Honestly, like a lot of this stuff, like I have no idea what to actually do. So I'm just going to have to figure this out. Like do some research, figure this all out. Don't know exactly how to hook this all up. Pump outlet adapter and pump outlet adapter. Some more adapters. There's a few of these hoses in here. Clamps. And seems like a seal. Maybe a seal. I'm gonna find out real quick how this actually works once we actually get the stock fuel hanger and fuel pumps out. So next we have our actual fuel pump. This is a Walbro TI 450 LH, which is liters per hour fuel pump. Nice. This is also a brushless fuel pump. Don't know what that means, I'll be honest with you. I don't know what that means. I just know that the Radium Fuel Hanger can only support certain fuel pumps, and this is one of the ones. It has 440 liters per hour, which is more than enough to what we need to, what we want to push out of the 2J, and it is E85 compatible. So we have our next package here. So this is an optional package for anyone who wants to get the same stuff that I'm getting. This is the plumbing kit. So here we have all the fuel lines right here to run. Put this out the way. Start unwrapping some of these. Here's the fuel hanger plumbing kit. This is also for the fuel hanger. I feel like a lot of these are going to be the same as the actual fuel hanger, but there's a bunch of AN line fittings, some more AN line fittings, a barbed fitting with, yeah, so this is all the stuff that's basically going to come into this actual kit that if you get it, you know, you have the connectors, some screws, all that. Another hose, small piece of a hose, bunch of AN line fittings, some more stickers. This So basically this is just a bunch of AN line fittings, all the hardware you need, the barbs and stuff like that, some zip ties, and a Sure system is eye protection. I don't know what that means. Yeah, there's also like a small O-ring in here, some zip ties, and some more fittings. So I believe this is the fuel filter. Yeah, this is the fuel filter. So I opted for the stainless steel fuel filter, which is a little bit more, but it is like a really good quality filter. This thing feels amazing. The quality looks great on this thing. Damn, this is really nice. So yeah, this is the fuel filter. Obviously you're gonna need one of those. This right here is the fuel pressure gauge. Let's unbox it for you guys to take a look at. So there is your fuel pressure gauge. Let me see if I can zoom in. There's your fuel pressure gauge. Clips at the back here. Not sure where I'm gonna put this. Probably just somewhere in the engine bay so I can just kind of check it. There is fluid in here too, isn't nice. That's cool. Okay, so this is the fuel pressure regulator. This is where we're gonna run all our lines to. This is a high pressure in or out, high pressure in or out, low pressure out only. So just focus in on that. That's what it says right there. Really nice quality. So here's your fuel pressure regulator. This little screw on the top here, you would hook something up and you would basically unscrew it to screw it to increase the pressure, obviously decrease. So yeah, so all these products they look amazing. I don't know if you guys got to see a close-up of this one. Yeah, I'm really excited for this because this is one of the things I definitely want to get done, obviously before the engine goes in, because it might just be a little easier to get everything obviously installed, like get under the car and such, and hopefully I can get this all installed before then. Really excited for this. I just don't know how everything's gonna mount up to. I'm definitely gonna have to ask a couple guys how to do all this. You know what, out of curiosity, I want to see if this connector fits. There we go. Oh nice, there's actually a card right here and it has all it's a QR code for the installation instructions. I did not see that until now, so that's nice. I'm gonna scan that and see what it tells me. So I may have been wrong. I actually don't think this is actually a brushless. This is one of the fuel pumps that was listed as one of the ones that fits the fuel hanger. I actually don't know if this is brushless, so I'm gonna go ahead and read this install guide and then I'll show you guys exactly what this shows and how to route up all the lines for the 2J. So yeah, let's go ahead and head over to the car and we'll go ahead and start actually getting the OEM fuel hanger, the other fuel pump, which I forgot to actually send to the buyer. So Aldrin, if you're watching this, hopefully you already got it already, but I will be sending that out to you because I totally forgot about that. I shut that out earlier, but I totally forgot. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We're gonna start and try and remove the fuel pump from the fuel hanger, the stock fuel hanger, removing all that, so we can get the new Radium one in. And my brother Johnny here is here to help me after he actually broke my lens.
Okay, hold on. It was an accident.
He accidentally broke my lens. Let me just show you guys what it looks like now. Where is it? So like, you know, it's supposed to be straight. It's supposed to be straight. And it went, my name's the camera. Like, what the fuck? It got limp dick.
So, when I dropped this shit, I didn't even know it was this. It's fixed, okay? I got him a new one. That's what I'm a good friend, alright? I bought him a new one.
Yeah.
But this shit's fucked. Anyways, getting into the video, we are going to take out
the stock fuel pump and the stock fuel hanger. We're going to take those out and try to... I don't really know what to do about this, to be honest with you. I was looking at install instructions from Radium and it's kind of complicated, I'm not gonna lie. Or it's also maybe just it's super simple. I'm just kind of dumb. So I'm also gonna be removing all of these stock like fuel lines, and I'm gonna be running my own fuel lines from the fuel hanger to the 2J. And I'm gonna be ordering those fuel lines and showing you guys how to do those. So we gotta get inside the actual car itself, and we actually gotta remove the stock fuel hanger. So I'm gonna set the camera up so you guys can actually see everything that we do inside the car, and yeah. All right, so we got the fuel tank here. It's sealed in. This one wasn't sealed too bad, but so this line right here is the electrical plug to the top of the fuel hanger. So just unplug that, and I don't have to worry about this car coming on because there's no engine. There's another plug here. Let me see, yeah. It's another plug right here. There's two. You gotta pinch the white connector right here, and you should be able to take this out.
Pull, Jason, pull!
Ah! Fuck, I should have been wearing gloves. I got fuel. Fingers. Smell these 2 fingers, John.
It smells so good.
Let me get some gloves. Am I missing something here? Do I just... No, it should be a twist, right?
Just a twist.
It should be. I got it moving. There it is. You hold this, Johnny? Thanks, baby. Alright, cool. Bunch of connectors here. There's the fuel level sender. There's another one of like these lines, like right here. Like one of these lines that's like on the bottom of it. Oh shit, I just spilled fuel right there. Now the car's gonna smell like fuel. Fuck. Something I didn't want.
Oh,
fuck.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Johnny, go give me some fucking towels.
I can't get out.
Johnny, go give me some fucking towels.
I can't get out.
Well, get out. That's fucking smelling. Ah, shit. Well, dude. So we got that little part here at the bottom. That's the other black hose, fuel hose is connected to. This is the fuel sending unit. So this tells your ECU obviously if it's full or not. I'm not sure how to take this off, but we are gonna need to take it off because how else am I gonna know if it's fucking fuel or not? Yeah, so this whole fuel hanger is out now. I'm just gonna take this off and put it outside before it starts dripping fuel. And yeah, now I dropped a fucking gummy in the fuel tank.
What? Let me see that.
I dropped a gummy just now from Celine eating gummies in my car.
Why?
My fuel is probably contaminated now. We're just gonna take the screws off that lead to the top of it, hopefully to try to just lift it up like that. So Johnny's taking off those screws right now. See how he does. So boom, we got it off, took it off from the top. Now we're gonna go ahead and get the fuel pump and we're gonna place it inside, and then I'm gonna follow Radium's instructions of how to wire this. Oh, your dick fell off. Obviously the connectors are gonna go outwards, but also the connector needs to connect to that one connection that's right there. So Johnny's gonna plug that in. So we got the OEM fuel hanger here. We need the OEM fuel sender unit. So there's a connector at the bottom here. Just gonna want to remove that. They're just push pins, so just push them in and pull them out. Push the tabs in and pull them out. One tab out, get the other one out. And snake these around where the hangers are to remove it. And then this has a little push tab on the side right here where my thumb's at. Push that in, like slide it out. There we go. So that is the fuel sender unit that we need to take off. This is the fuel pump right here down below that I'm gonna have to take off and send to the new owner. I might honestly just send him this whole unit because I don't need this anymore, and the wall roll fuel pump that's inside, he needs that. So now the only thing is to reconnect this. I'm just gonna disconnect this because I honestly don't know if this is actually where this needs to connect. So I'm gonna take this fuel pump out. Okay, so on here, see the back where my finger's at? There's a T-tab, and there's a T-tab right here. I'm gonna mate that up. It's basically gonna fit right into here. Slide it down, boom. Our fuel sender is in place, and now we just gotta connect this to wherever this goes. So we have our fuel pump here. This is for reference because not everyone's gonna be using the same fuel pump. This is a TI automotive wall roll fuel pump, and the part number for this is FN274. So this installs with this fuel pump, and Radium on their install instructions will have exactly what fuel pumps are for what. Some of them you have to rewire stuff, but luckily in our case we don't have to. So in here, since we're only running a single pump setup, all we have to do is basically take the fuel hanger out, which we have to go to the store and get the correct size to take off this Allen bolt. We're gonna take that off, basically drop the fuel pump in, and then just plug it up, which is already plugged. The Radium kit does come with another plug if you guys are running a dual pump setup, which I most likely will in the future because I plan to push around 1,000 wheel. But for right now, for 500 wheel, one fuel pump is more than enough. But before you actually put it in, Radium comes with an adapter kit, which is basically like this little black orb right here. And you're gonna fit it on, sorry, that's upside down. You're gonna fit it on like this. And then they have a pump adapter bag. There's two bags because sometimes people want to run dual pumps. It literally says pump outlet adapter, like pre-bag. So this has all the hardware you need. What you need to get from their bag is this green AN line orb. Is basically going to fit over it like so. It's going to fit over it like this, and obviously you're going to put the O-ring that comes in the bag inside here with the crush washer. Then you're going to put it together and you put the screws in and you're going to tighten it down. And then from there you can basically plug it in. There is a black AN orb that fits right here. It comes in the kit. You're just going to put it on, tighten it down, right? And then you're gonna put that in, and when you guys put in the fuel hanger, it's gonna fit in like so. It's gonna go on top. There's a hose that they provide so you guys can connect it, I believe, or another fitting. I haven't gone that far in the instructions yet, but this is exactly what we're gonna do right now before we actually drop the fuel pump in, is put this adapter in. Yeah, there needs to be a YouTube video for this type of shit because I'm over here showing you guys something that someone should have shown way before, because I know this has been done. Radium doesn't even have a video out on this. And yet I'm giving them free publicity. Man, they should be paying me for this shit. No, they don't themselves don't even have a video. Alright, but here, so this O-ring right here is gonna sit on the top of the barb. Like so, it's gonna sit on the top. This washer is gonna go below it. So you're gonna fit it kind of below this as best as you can before you tighten it down. And then when you tighten it down, it's gonna slip the washer inside like so. It's gonna slip it in like that. And then when you close it, it'll basically hold it in place. So I'm gonna do that for both of them. Just kind of slip them in here as best as I can. The washer's supposed to slip in like that, how the bottom one is right there. So just get it down on the bottom all the way, and then when you pull it up, it's going to basically form like another seal. And then this O-ring is going to go on top here. And then you're going to slide this on.
Just because your glove is.
Oh yeah. So you're going to go like that. So you have the washers on the inside right there. Sliding it down like this and kind of pushing it in helps like all the way. Oh, see? I put it down all the way and it slipped out, but yeah. Going all the way and then slipping it in like so. Oh, there it is. I got it. Boom. Looks like that. So when you guys put the washers in, get it to the level that you need it to be at first, and then put the O-ring in, and then you can put this on top. Because this part actually doesn't go down very far. And I'm gonna take the provided hardware, make sure I got the right Allen key.
I don't know, do you want me to?
You can try. I think I got it right now, actually. Without your fucking help, asshole. Cause you had it right there, you didn't fucking tell me. You just look at it, you look at it, he's like, what is Jason looking over there? It's right here. But saying in his fucking head, like I can hear his thoughts.
So basically, Jason was like standing right there looking like for the washer over here. I'm over here standing. The washer was right here.
I'm like, Johnny, I think I lost the washer, dude. He's like, why are you looking over there? It's right here. And he just looks at me while I'm like looking for it frantically. And he's just like, I wonder what he's looking for. That's basically what you did, huh? You're like, I wonder what he's looking for. All right, guys, welcome back. So Johnny's not here anymore. This is the, a couple days after. Unfortunately, we couldn't finish up that day because most of the day was spent on finding a new lens, which I have a new lens on the way now. He's letting me borrow his since he broke my other one. But yeah, so I did some stuff off camera. The only thing I really did was try to get closer for you guys. Let's focus now. So we have the two leads right here. I went ahead and crimped these on and put the heat sleeve that was also provided in the kit to the fuel level sender. So you're gonna have to cut off that old connection and pretty much put these on. And I'm gonna show you guys exactly where you guys are gonna be putting these. On the top of the fuel hat here, there's these two probes. On the top of it, it says fuel sender. I don't know if you guys can see that because of the lighting, but it says fuel sender on the top here. You guys aren't gonna be mounting it to the top of this, but instead the two probes on the bottom of it. So in the last episode, I didn't capture it too well, but we did put the adapter on the fuel pump, and we also tightened down the attachment to the top of the fuel hat here. So now I'm just going to be taking off the 10mm bolts on the bottom of this and attaching the lines for the fuel sender unit. And there is no positive or negative on this, so I'm just going to attach the two right next to each other. Don't think the orientation matters too much, but I'm going to orientate it so that when I see at the top, the left is going to be positive and the right is going to be negative. All right, now that we have that up, you get the actual housing. I'm going to slide this in and I'm going to orientate this to where it actually sticks out where I need it to be. And then I'm going to line up the two bolt holes for the back of this. Remember that the line that was on the outside goes back out. This is the feeder line. So before putting it actually in, you want to make sure that this fuel pump is going to line up correctly here. You want to place it into the fuel hanger bracket right here, and then there is a bracket that they give you. You want to secure that bracket as well. So they also provide you with a filter inlet in the kit, a star washer to basically secure it all too. This just fits over the inlet of the fuel pump. There's a little like tab basically. So there's like a little hole right here at the top, and that fits on the top tab of the fuel pump. Slide it in there and make sure to put the star washer in as well. Then once you have all this pretty much hooked up in the correct spots, you guys can go ahead and move on to basically installing everything all together. So guys, it's kind of a while after the fact I realized I didn't make a video on this, but this is the fuel hanger bracket, right? It hooks up to this point here. There's another point up there and a third point at the bottom in the back here. you kind of just have to arrange it to where it'll fit, and then just use the provided hardware to go ahead and mount it up. And there is the dash 10 AM orb out, also AM orb in. This is gonna be for your feed. So that's basically how you hook it up. You just tighten it by the 4 bolts here, and just run your feed line up. So that is basically how to mount this bracket here. You just kind of have to play around until you get it to fit. Then run your feed here, out through here. Make sure this is the outside and this is the inside. Guys, so I'm back here in the garage. I don't have the suit on today, but I'm going to be trying to finish the rest of the fuel system. A lot of these videos, I'll be honest, like the time frame between them is like months, because I've been waiting for parts and stuff like that. And so in the last video, obviously you saw that I got the transmission in, but what I didn't show you guys is I also got, you guys can't really see it, but I got the drive shaft in. Drive shaft is simple. I don't really need to explain that too much. You just slide it in and screw up the 4 bolts, and that's about it, but yeah, the wheels are spinning. I just have the e-brake on right now, but we're going to be also trying to finish the whole fuel system here, hooking up the fuel hanger, hooking up the fuel filter and the injectors, and if I have the stuff I need, I'm gonna try to put in the flex fuel sensor as well. But let me show you this roadblock that I hit and the solution that I found for it, just in case you guys are gonna be doing the swap or getting parts out secondhand like I did. So as you guys can see, I don't have enough space for this injector, and it's actually sitting where it pretty much needs to be. I don't have it bolted in yet, so it's loose, but I want to show you guys this. This is a fuel injector spacer. It basically adds length to the length of the fuel injector, because these are 14mm injectors, but these were originally used for just a top feed conversion with a stock GT manifold. But obviously we have an aftermarket intake manifold now. Basically this will just plop up onto here. Make sure you have an O-ring, and the O-ring goes on this side too. It'll basically just fit up. It'll just fit into there like so. I have a full set of 6. I'm going to go ahead and put them on, loop the O-rings so they don't kink or anything, and hopefully we can just let it sit there and we can be good. Now I want to show you guys this little piece right here. Now this is a fuel pressure regulator, also from Radium, but this is a direct mount, so it mounts directly to the fuel rail. The reason why I got this, I'm not using the one that originally comes with the Radium kit, because this has sensor ports right here, and there is technically one on the other side. But unfortunately, it's a little too close right here to the VVTi or feed line that I can't really put a sensor here, so I have it currently capped off. Let's see if you can see it right there. It's capped off right there. So in here, I have the fuel pressure gauge. It's kind of upside down, but that's the only way I can get it on there. But what we're going to do now is, so this is a swivel banjo, so it swivels, right? Have it facing any way we want. I'm going to have it personally facing this way so we can hide the fuel line a little bit. I'm going to add another fitting here with another 1/8 MPT sensor port, and I'm going to have the fuel pressure sensor kind of coming out either this way or this way, wherever it's not running into the fuel injector. So have it running out here, have the wire coming out to the rest of the wiring harness here, and then we'll be able to run the line coming down here. And I'm most likely going to mount the fuel pressure the flex fuel sensor somewhere here, but let me actually show you guys the actual flex fuel sensor and what it looks like. So this is a Radium flex fuel adapter. Now it adapts to a regular GM sensor. I'll go ahead and link this down below to where the actual part number, and you guys can see all the flex fuel sensors that fit this. But this is a general GM flex fuel sensor. Now these flex fuel sensors I heard work really good, and they're relatively cheap. I think I got this for like 75 bucks. And then this piece here was like about 100, but it converts it to whatever size line you need. I have it plumbed up to some dash 6 AN lines, so we're gonna go ahead and mount this. There is a little bracket that comes with it right here. It mounts to the back of this, and we can mount it like right up here somewhere like that, and we can plumb our lines however we need. Probably put more back here. Plumb it right here. We have the Radium facing straight up. And a big shout out to Alex Forte at Graveyard Performance for getting me this. I want to give a big shout out to Alex Forte at Graveyard Performance. This video is not sponsored by them by any means, but he helped me pretty much get a lot of the stuff that I need for this setup, and it also actually helped me get the fuel injector extenders when I didn't know exactly what I needed. he helped me get through everything. So literally my whole fuel system, all the radium components, he helped me get it. He helped me get my wastegate, my blow-off valve, a bunch of other parts as well. So a lot of this stuff that I've gotten, especially actually the whole entire fuel system, other than the injectors and the fuel rail, I got from him. So if you guys need any parts or have any questions, hit up Alex Forte or just hit up Graveyard Performance and tell them Jason sent you, and they should be able to help you guys out with a discount or something. Hopefully. I think that's what he said. I'm not sure, but yeah. Back to this. So now I'm gonna go ahead and throw on all the fuel injector extenders with the O-rings, lube them up, and also just kind of install the fuel rail. And then for this, I'm gonna have to put some rivets on the back so we can have somewhere to screw these on, and the plate that goes onto the back will hook up here. And there's two little bolt holes on the bottom of the bracket right there, right here, where we can go ahead and screw on some screws. We can screw it onto the wall. Now another thing I've also done that I've done off camera and I want to show you guys is I had my throttle body flange kind of cut and welded back as far as I can. Now if you guys get these forward facing intake manifolds, it kind of places the throttle body a little too far forward and it's at an angle. So what I had this shop do is I went ahead and this came with two flanges. This is the adapter flange, so I could run a drive-by-wire throttle body. So I had them cut off the original flange and kind of weld it back as far as they could, basically until this section here gets a little too big. And now I can fit a 90-degree rubber elbow here to kind of feed it into here, and I'm gonna run my intercooler piping down here. I'm gonna have to custom make my own piping. That's what I got. So that is the whole deal with the throttle body situation. A lot of people have been asking me about this, but if you run a stock fitting intake manifold, if you get the CX Racing kit, you won't need to do what I'm doing here. But I'm picky. I like, as you guys can see, to style up my engine bay a lot. So that is exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna style it all up. I'm still waiting on the harmonic balancer. I have the ATI one, but I'm having troubles fitting it, so I'm end up going returning it. I'm going to go with the fluid dampener and see how that works. So but yeah, we have all the components for, at least for the front ends, pretty much done. I just have to put on the harmonic balancer. We're good to go. But yeah, so that's everything. Let's go ahead and just get back to the video though, and try to go ahead and start getting everything for the whole fuel system, get everything hooked up, and then I'll show you guys what it all looks like. And I'm actually going to be cutting and running my own fuel line, so I'll show you guys exactly what that looks like too. Alrighty, so I got the fuel rail hooked up. I got all these spacers in. Put a little, just like something to kind of lubricate the O-ring so I can fit it in, doesn't pinch. I also got I put the fuel filter back in. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get some line, and I'm gonna run a line from the fuel filter up to the back of this fuel rail. I'm gonna tighten this down a little bit too, and then after that we can start running the line from the fuel filter to the fuel hanger, and then run this line here, like I said earlier, to the flex fuel sensor that I went ahead and tightened up already. And my friend Cam here, we can't really see him because there it is. He's a darky boy.
A darky boy.
But yeah, so my friend Cam here is here to help. He's also going to be 2JZ swapping his GR86 that he has like way over there, so I'm going to be helping him out with that. But yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along nice. Put the valve cover back on, and had to redo the sealant for the O baffle. So if you guys are wondering why I don't have screws on this side, it's because I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but I also have a IGN relocation bracket that's gonna go onto these bolt holes here. It's gonna relocate the coil packs right above the fuel rail. And I had to cut it a little bit because once it's like right here, as you guys can see, the VVTi feed line is gonna hit it a little bit. So I had to cut it a bit to make it fit, but this is how it's gonna basically look. I'm probably gonna put this on last so I can actually hook up the injectors, because as you can see, they're gonna be right below the coil pack. So it's not gonna be much room for me to be able to hook it up. But yep, it's all coming along slowly. I'm gonna get some line. Gonna cut it, so the feed is gonna be a -8, and then the drain is gonna be a -6. So I'm going to get some fuel lines made and see where exactly I'm gonna mount probably the flex fuel sensor right over there. So fuel feed line is now hooked up, This all runs all the way there to the fuel hanger. So I use a 45-degree from, not the fuel hanger, sorry, from the fuel filter all the way to a 90-degree up here, and it's a -8. So yeah, I made my own fuel line. It's the first time ever doing it. Definitely, if you're gonna be making fuel lines, like with the Radium kit, where's this line at? I don't know, but just put tape around where you guys are going to be cutting at, like to trim it. Put tape around the whole thing, make a mark, trim it down, keeps all those like little metal braided parts from the line from like coming out pretty much. So yeah, so now we have the feed line. Now I'm gonna have to go ahead and run a sensor port from the bottom here, a line for the sensor port, and then I can run a -6 from here down to where I'm gonna mount the flex fuel sensor back to the fuel hanger. So let's go ahead and mount the fuel flex fuel sensor first, and then I can start making the line from here down to there. So fuel feed line is now hooked up. This all runs all the way there to the fuel hanger. So I use a 45-degree from, not the fuel hanger, sorry, from the fuel filter all the way to a 90-degree up here, and it's a -8. So yeah, I made my own fuel line. It's the first time ever doing it. Definitely, if you're gonna be making fuel lines, like with the Radium kit, where's this line at? I don't know, but just put tape around where you guys are going to be cutting at, like to trim it. Put tape around the whole thing, make a mark, trim it down, keeps all those like little metal braided parts from the line from like coming out pretty much. So yeah, so now we have the feed line. Now I'm gonna have to go ahead and run a sensor port from the bottom here, a line for the sensor port, and then I can run a -6 from here down to where I'm gonna mount the flex fuel sensor back to the fuel hanger. So let's go ahead and mount the fuel flex fuel sensor first, and then I can start making the line from here down to there. So I've been working on this portion a little bit. I just want to show you guys something. So I got this little $20 hand rivet gun, or hand rivet tool from Harbor Freight, and I installed a flex fuel sensor by just drilling 2 holes and using the hand rivet to basically rivet on some screwable inserts for the Radium Flex fuel sensor, which I have down there. So there's actually a 90-degree that comes off of it, and it comes all the way up through here, and it comes into the Radium Direct Mount fuel pressure regulator. So now there's a lot of stuff going on here, but yeah, so I have the gauge hooked up now, and this is gonna be my dipstick, because I have a front mount, front sump, so there isn't a lot of places where you can put it, but I think I'm gonna put it here, then probably make a bracket so I can hook it onto here, because I just mock mounted the pulley on for now. I just mock mounted the pulley system onto now just so I can see if I have clearance, so I can just put it right here and I can pull it out and still check my oil level. Now I pretty much run all the wiring. I just have to put all the ground points, so haven't done that. I've done that much yet, and I've also went ahead and made my own AN lines for the catch can. So there's 290 degrees coming off here. If you guys wonder why there's a 45-degree here, not like a straight end just to go into here, it's because I have to angle this up a little bit so it can clear this coil pack here. Now a lot of people are wondering, why am I running this and then running a cover? Why can't I just put this here? Well, I wanted to run a carbon cover because I really like the look of carbon, so I found this, and it looks pretty cool in my opinion, because you can actually see the coil packs right here, and just makes everything's kind of a lot, but at the same time big race things, so it looks cool in my opinion. But yeah, so now that that's hooked up, I also have a return line already coming from the flex fuel sensor all the way back to the fuel hanger, and I'm going to show you guys actually how to wire this up. I don't have dual pumps, so I don't need a fuel relay. I think I'm only running a Walbro 485, so it's just a little bit bigger than what I had before, so it's not too much to where I think it would be too much for this setup, or too little for the setup. But I also wanted to say that trying to get this in here is a lot, so if you guys can, try to just mount this up here to the fuel rail first if you guys can, and then maybe just put on the fuel rail, because you have more clearance to kind of tighten this. I had to remove this and angle it certain ways to tighten this end first and then tighten in there. But yeah, so yeah, that's the whole setup right there. I have the flex fuel sensor coming right off of it, coming to the wiring harness, oh sorry, the fuel pressure regulator sensor right there, and then the flex fuel sensor is already hooked up, so we should all be good. But let me go ahead and show you guys inside the car to show you guys what it all looks like. So I went ahead and cut off the old connector for the fuel pump or fuel hanger, and this is what you're left with, right? I went ahead and crimped on and heat shrunk some terminals on here. I'm gonna tell you guys what each one means. So these red and violet colored ones, this is for the fuel level sender. The green is for your pump positive, and your gray is for the pump negative. Now I'm going to go ahead and work on just installing these onto here. As you can see here, I have a 45 degree coming off of the in fitting, which is the return. It's a -6, and the out, which is the send, the feed line, which is -8. I'm going to go ahead and install all of these, seal this all back up, and we should be good to go on this end. I'm not sure what this fitting here, the back is used for. It maybe is used for a fuel surge tank, I'm not sure, but yeah. If you have a dual pump setup, I'm not sure what to do with those. And if you have a fuel relay, I'm not sure what to do with those either, but I'm pretty sure there's instructions on the Radium site. But I'm not doing any of that, it's just a single pump setup. So the red and magenta is going to go here for the fuel sender. I'm going to go to the green for the pump positive and gray for the pump negative. Alright, so there you guys go. There is the purple and magenta wire on the fuel level sender. The green is on the positive. This gray is on the negative. Now, I just realized I need to siphon out this fucking fuel. I don't know how. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to disconnect these. I'm gonna run a wire from a battery, then just touch these to turn on the fuel pump, right? We're gonna pump all that fuel out that's been sitting in here, because fuel is only good for about 3 to 6 months, and this car has been sitting since July of last year, and it is currently April. So I could have siphoned it out beforehand, but I honestly completely forgot, and I already tightened down all of these fittings. Tighten this thing down, which is a bitch if you don't have the right tool, which I do not. Just tighten it down with a hammer, and yeah. And yeah, so I'm just gonna take these off. We're gonna take off the feed line from the bottom, from the disconnect from the fuel hanger, and I'm gonna have it pump fuel through here. Pump fuel through here, all the way down into a can or whatever I have. I think I have like a 1/4 tank of fuel left in here, so I'm gonna go get a fuel can and pump it all in there. So yeah, so that's basically gonna wrap it up, everything for this video. I'm not actually gonna like drain the fuel in this video. I'll probably do it like right before the startup, because I got other stuff I gotta do. But if there's anything I missed, or you guys have any questions, please let me know down in the comments, and I'll be sure to try to answer them as best I can. And if you guys haven't already, follow me on Instagram. It is lucky13_GT86. I kind of post the whole build process on there too, so, and updates for videos. But that's basically going to be it for this whole video. Like I said, if you guys have a dual pump setup, I'm not sure what to do with that. I'm pretty sure there's instructions on the Radium site. But this is all for a single fuel pump setup for the Radium hanger. And just to recap, I have the Walbro 450 LPH fuel pump. And then I have FIC 1650cc injectors. That might be a little too much, but we're going to find out when we go to the dyno. But up until then, this is Lucky13. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you guys for watching.